Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I am so incredibly pumped to be your guide today. We're going to dive headfirst into a really actionable, kind of game-changing business strategy. Think about the gig economy. It's huge, right? Well, today we are zeroing in on how to navigate and completely dominate one of the most dynamic platforms out there right now. We've got a single laser-focused mission today: mastering the people-per-hour marketplace. We aren't just talking about scraping by or surviving in this digital arena. No way. We're going to break down exactly what it takes to own it, literally from top to bottom.
Okay, let's dive into this. The entire foundation for today's explainer boils down to this one super direct sentence: mastering the people-per-hour marketplace. Teach complete people-per-hour freelancing. It's incredibly brief, I know, but man, it outlines such a clear, highly effective trajectory for your business. It literally hands us our starting point, our baseline standard of operation, and this ultimate top-tier goal for professional independence. So, what does this all mean?
To get the absolute most out of this blueprint, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the people-per-hour marketplace itself. Second, we're defining complete freelancing. Third, we'll walk the path to mastery. And finally, number 4, teaching the freelance model.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the people-per-hour marketplace.
So, I want you to notice something right off the bat. Our source material deliberately uses the word marketplace. It doesn't just say website or static job board, right? It's not some place where you just upload your resume, sit back, and cross your fingers. Absolutely not. It is this living, breathing, hyper-competitive ecosystem. It's an arena where your skills are going toe-to-toe with global competition, completely driven by those classic economic forces of supply and demand.
Which naturally leads us to ask what actually makes people-per-hour unique. By calling out the platform by name, the text is telling us something absolutely crucial. This specific digital arena, it has its own totally distinct culture, very specialized client expectations, and its own unique rhythms. You know, a generic copy-paste approach to freelancing, it just isn't going to cut it here. You actually need a tailored, hyper-focused strategy. Basically, this is not about just dipping your toes in the water. You don't just set up a quick profile, upload a photo, and see what happens. The fact that the source explicitly calls for mastering this platform means you've got to treat this environment with absolute professional rigor. You aren't just popping in for a visit, you are meant to completely conquer it. Moving right along to Section 2, defining complete freelancing. What does that word complete actually look like when you get down to your daily operations? And this brilliantly illustrates a massive, massive divide in the freelance world. On one hand, you've got partial or maybe hobbyist freelancing. You know the type, taking a gig when you randomly have some free time, maybe you forget to follow up with a client here and there, or honestly just delivering the bare minimum. But then, on the other side, there is complete freelancing, and that is the demanding standard we're talking about today. Complete freelancing is this all-encompassing reality. You're running a heavily optimized, super responsive business directly within the platform's ecosystem. So complete means it encompasses literally all aspects of the freelance journey. We're talking a holistic, end-to-end, totally professional approach. Your mastery has to cover the whole shebang: crafting the perfect proposal, having that incredibly nuanced client communication, flawless final delivery, and of course, securing those algorithm-boosting 5-star reviews. Literally nothing can be left to chance. You have to lock it all down.
So I really want you to ask yourself right now, what does complete mean for your own skills? Are you genuinely ready to offer a truly complete service? Or are there maybe some gaps in your workflow? Honestly, to fulfill this mandate, you have to be ruthless. You have to ruthlessly evaluate your own toolkit and make absolutely sure you're providing an unbroken, frictionless chain of value to your clients.
Which brings us to Section 3, the path to mastery. Let's see how this all builds step by step. The source text implies this really distinct linear progression. Step 1, you're just entering the marketplace, getting your foot in the door, figuring out how things work. Step 2, you start consistently providing those complete services we just talked about, but the whole thing culminates in Step 3, achieving mastery. It's this incredible journey from a novice just hoping to land their very first job, all the way to an absolute veteran who uses the entire ecosystem to their total advantage. Let's jump back to the title of our source for a second: mastering the people-per-hour marketplace. Notice how mastery isn't just a suggestion, it's the ultimate, non-negotiable goal of this entire process. This strategy doesn't settle for good enough or adequate. No, it establishes a remarkably high ceiling of total, comprehensive proficiency. So the crucial point is that achieving this mastery fundamentally changes who you are on the platform. It elevates you from a mere participant to a true leader. We aren't just talking about the daily grind of scraping the barrel for gigs anymore. When you achieve total platform command, you flip the dynamic entirely. Picture this. You wake up to an inbox completely full of invites, simply because clients are actively hunting down your proven expertise. That's the dream, right?
All right, let's head into our final section. Section 4, Teaching the Freelance Model. Now, in this specific context, to teach means providing the ultimate demonstration and transfer of complete understanding. The underlying logic here is actually super profound. It asserts that you haven't truly, fully conquered the platform until you can effectively instruct someone else on exactly how to do it. Teaching isn't just some nice little side gig, it's framed right here as the absolute highest possible peak of freelance achievement. To actually pull this off, to fulfill this directive, you've got to do 3 things: impart complete skills, demonstrate marketplace mastery, and elevate others on people per hour. I mean, think about how hard it is to articulate something that has just become second nature to you. To teach this method, you have to break down every single tiny nuance of your workflow. You have to transfer that hard-earned, in-the-trenches knowledge so the next generation of freelancers can crush it just like you have. And there's this deeply symbiotic relationship happening here too. Teaching actually crystallizes your own mastery. Think about it. By forcing yourself to explain your methods, by saying your best practices out loud, and by troubleshooting weird, complex problems for a student, you inevitably refine and deepen your own skills. Actually, the very act of instructing someone else permanently cements your own position as a master of the marketplace. It's a total win-win. Teach complete people per hour freelancing. By meticulously breaking this down piece by piece today, we can really see the strategic depth packed into just these 6 simple words. It's a huge, comprehensive call to action. Understand the ecosystem inside and out, operate flawlessly within it, achieve total, absolute dominance, and then, the ultimate step, pass that expertise on to elevate the people around you. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, lingering thought. Are you ready to actually master the marketplace, or are you just going to participate in it? The strategy we've explored today, it demands action. It challenges you to stop treating freelancing like some casual, passive hobby and start treating it as a rigorous business that you are going to completely conquer and ultimately teach to others. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope this deep dive empowers you to take that critical next step. Keep learning, keep mastering, and I will see you next time.